60 seconds.
Welcome. How many people will be playing today? A single player. Excellent. Gameplay functions as follows. When you have located the correct answer to a question, buzz in to indicate your desire to answer. Then choose the button that corresponds to the correct answer. Buzz in by hitting these buttons on your controller. The symbol buttons are used to choose your answer to the question.
5, 4.
Now loading.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey everybody, welcome to You Don't... Oh, it's just you. You know, if you invested in another controller or two, you might have a few more friends. Kind of like having a pool in the backyard.
1.
Coming at you. Sometimes getting lost is a good thing. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. So this is our travel episode, huh? Our little homage to famous explorers and life on the road. I mean, who doesn't love a journey, right? That search for something new. Take Christopher Columbus, for example. He hit the road looking for that fancy new spice route of his, right? Well, given where Columbus first hit land in the New World, what route could he have bragged about discovering? The Florida orange juice route, the Canadian bacon route, the Mexican jumping bean route, or the Bahamas rum route? Columbus first touched land down in the Bahamas and actually never set foot in what is now called America.
Congratulations, men! Today is a grand day, for our 3 ships have discovered the... who puked on my tights and puffy shirt?
2.
Up next, Aaron Spelling's Pinata of Love. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Ah, Charo, Charo, Charo. The woman who put the love in the love boat. Say Charo's character spots an uncharted island from the deck of the love boat. If the island is named for Charo's famous exclamation, what will it be called? Charo's famous catchphrase is Coochie Coochie. And her handbag is Gucci Gucci. And of course, her favorite film director is Stanley Tucci Tucci. Oh, and she couldn't be happier that an Emmy has finally been awarded to Susan Lucci Lucci. Oh God, kill me now.
3.
Here's a little something I call, they always ask about your package. You get it right, you get $2K. Flex those fingers, here it comes. In late 1998, airlines were required to start asking U.S. passengers traveling internationally a certain question. Given the question, what might you hear from the person making your reservations? First class, family in the Middle East, meal preferences, price. As of October 1st, 1998, when you're flying into or out of the U.S., your airline has to ask you for an emergency contact.
Emergency contact? Oh yeah, I'll be making emergency contact with the stewardesses.
Better get set. This one's a when did happen. Here's what happens. I show you an event. I see you've done this before, no doubt. Well, bully for you. The name of this when did happen is These Sheets Smell Like Stranger... Well, what's traveling without a place to stay, huh? That's why I want you to think back with me. Think back to 1974 when this event happened. The first Super 8 motel opens. So tell me, did this event happen before Super 8 motels hit the scene, after, or did it never happen at all? Do it. Okay, let's take a look at the damage. Hey, looking pretty good out there. Let's take a look at the big picture. Okay, let's get on with the rest of the show, shall we?
5.
category is Tonight I'm Gonna Plunder Like It's $9.99. How does $2,000 sound? Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. In AD 999, which explorer would have needed to make sure that his ship was Y1K compatible? Marco Polo. Leif Erikson hit the seas around AD 1000 and eventually stumbled upon North America. Unfortunately, the Vikings never really got fair credit for their discovery. Some historians blame this on the Vikings' poor publicist. Others blame it on the fact that they flogged and impaled everyone they met.
6.
This category is Unleaded Fuel Keeps You Regular. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, see if you can get your kicks trying to solve this analogy. Digestive tract is to mouth to anus, as Route 66 is to Cleveland to San Francisco. Route 66 starts in Chicago and ends in LA. I'll spare you the Los Angeles anus joke.
7.
The category's gonna be World Travel Gives Me the Trots. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Think fast, it's question time. Given the terminology used in horsemanship, if the Harlem Globetrotters want to get around the globe at the quickest pace possible, to what should they change their name? Harlem Globe Galloping is the fastest gait in horsemanship. Yeah, it always gets me when Curly runs around the court pulling down the pants of world leaders. Saddam Hussein always gets so pissed.
8.
I'm calling this one. Don't forget to shave your back. You get this one right, you get 3,000 greenbacks. Hey, do you remember those Burma Shave signs that made a poem as you drove down the highway? Well, we made one of our own. Check it out. All you gotta do is finish this Burma Shave poem with the new name. Way back in 1989, Burma in Southeast Asia changed its name to Myanmar. And believe it or not, I hear they're thinking of changing the name again to something like Now with Aloe Vera for sensitive skin.
9.
This one's called George Jefferson and Big Queens, and this one's going to be worth $2,000. You know, those Jeffersons took the trip of their lives, leaving the bunkers in Queens and moving on up to the east side. Given what separates Queens from the east side of Manhattan, which song lyric further describes George and Wheezy's Move On Up? Fish don't fry in the East River. Beans don't burn in the Sound. Well, look who's up in the big leagues. The East River separates Queens from Manhattan. Although it really doesn't matter what neighborhood they live in, because New York air pollution is so bad, she'll always be wheezy.
10.
Coming at you, Millionaire Head. Get this one right, you get $1,000. Okay, so maybe you've heard of this smabillionaire guy, Richard Branson. He owns Virgin Airlines. Yeah, well, he was also one of the guys who tried to make it around the world in a balloon. Okay, got all that? Now, watch the magic. Say in order to make it around the world, Richard Branson rubs his hot air balloon against his head and sticks it to the bottom of one of his planes circling the Earth. What force is he? When you rub your hair against a balloon and make it stick to something, you're using static electricity. But he'd need an enormous head of hair, loaded chock full of static electricity. Hey, I wonder what Wheezy Jefferson is doing these days. Well, this should be good. This one's a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat is all that discovering is making them punchy. Listen up, okay, you've been through this. I'm just gonna put your 30 seconds on the clock then. Fernando Cortez, Francisco Pizarro, Oscar de la Hoya, Juan Ponce de Leon, Hector Camacho, Fernando de Soto. One more. Felix Trinidad. Yowza, way to go. Let's see your new score. If only life were that easy, huh? Let's get back to the game.
12.
Up next, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Pasta Sangria. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. You may not be aware of this, but some people suggest that Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabella engaged in a little carnal exploration. Considering Christopher Columbus's nationality, what might Queen Isabella have called? Christopher Columbus was from Genoa. Yep, that's in Italy. Upon his return from a long trip, Columbus would always give the Queen a little rum from the Bahamas and a little Italian salami.
13,
Here's a little something I call, what the hell do they have for air traffic controllers? $1,000 if you get it. All right, your plane landed safely and your luggage made it to the right airport. Hey, today nothing can go wrong. Imagine when you pick up your luggage, you find it's completely trashed. If you believe that 1980 American Tourister ad, who does the airport have working the baggage claim? Elephants, gorillas, bulls, or pythons? In an award-winning American Tourister ad, a gorilla attacked one of their suitcases to prove how indestructible it was. Say, aren't you worried about your luggage, Ted? No, of course not. Who'd want to break open a case of banana samples? Say, what the...
14,
The category is bird poop. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Open wide. Considering explorer and aviator Richard E. Byrd's famous expeditions, where would you expect to find rich deposits of bird crap? The American West, the Pacific Rim, the Congo? Byrd spent a lot of time and left a lot of waste in the polar regions. He was actually the first man to fly over both poles.
Look, that plane! It's Bird!
I hope he has supplies. Oh, crap.
Well, you've made it to the Jack Attack. Always in a hurry. I bet you're a joy to hang out with. Here's your clue. Who's catching that train? Oh, shoot, that reminds me. Hey, could you hurry this up, please? Nicely done, huh? Let's see what you did to your score. There it is. Way to go, my friend. Like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now turn off the freaking PlayStation and write this down somewhere.
You don't know Jack!
Please express your desire to play again if that is what you desire.
Everybody in clown shoes.
And now, the St. Joseph's Historically Inaccurate Boys Choir.
Oh, Genghis Khan was a merry old man, and a very hairy man was he. He invaded Alaska from the north and taught penguins how to speak Chinese. Oh, after the battle he was quite hungry, so he went to a KFC, where he ordered coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and chicken de rotisserie.
Are you tired of Italian waiters always pushing the veal?
I'll take the spaghetti.
You should try the veal pizza!
Spaghetti.
Veal!
Spaghetti!
Veal! Well, worry no longer. Thanks to the new book, 1001 Excuses Not to Order the Veal. This handy restaurant companion lists over 1,000 excuses to use when you don't want to order veal. Just listen.
I can't eat veal because I'm from Scandinavia.
I'd order the veal, but it causes my limbs to fall off.
Or come dressed as a calf and try the excuse.
How dare you? I'm not a cannibal.
So order 1001 Excuses Not to Order the Veal and have a pleasant veal-free meal the next time you dine out.
Do you like steak?
Mm-hmm.
Do you fancy yourself a conquistador?
See.
Then come on down to Uncharted Steaks, the restaurant for today's modern explorer. We take only the finest steaks and hide them in the restaurant. It's your job to find these steaks and claim them in the name of taste. But beware, many dangers await you on your mission. I took a blow dart in the neck, but it was worth it for that juicy steak.
An ornery king beheaded my husband, but hey, what a steak.
My daughter was eaten by a lion. I gotta tell you, that was a great steak.
So come on down to Uncharted Steaks and claim some steak in El Nombre de Gusto.